The one last thing I would want to point out is that, in Pakistan, like when we look at Silicon Valley, right, over there, failure is experience. It's used to build a better business. But in countries like us, we dehumanize failure, even as a business, instead of celebrating it. Do you feel a thought process like that would bring about a lot of changes?
Oh no. I say this, I think it's also a cultural thing that we have here in the Middle East where failure is really something that's labeled as a bad thing, right? And I personally still struggle to get over it, really. I'm still struggling to get myself to really be okay with failing and be okay with trying something and it not working. And I think first of all, when it comes to machine learning, everything's experimental. You're going to fail a lot to get to where you need to be. And I remember once there was a researcher that I was very fond of who was giving an interview, and I was curious. I was a young researcher, and I was like, how do they come up with these really cool models, that make huge breakthroughs? And I remember him saying in the interview that he failed every day. He failed more than he succeeded. He failed every day, every single day. He would run like 4 or 5 experiments and they would fail until one day, one thing worked that was a huge success. And I was like, wow, like I would be devastated after a week of of this happening to me, right? It's important for us to know you really can't get anywhere innovative, anywhere new without going through failure, because you're experimenting and you're trying. And it's easier said than done, Ammar. It's really a cultural shift and a perspective shift that we really need to work on. And personally, like I have a young daughter. This is something I